Arsenal fans, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. The reason why you guys aren't even close to winning the Premier League is not because of the refs, is not because of injuries, is not because you guys don't have a striker. It's because Arsenal is simply not good enough. Does Arsenal have good moments? Absolutely. But to celebrate drawing against Manchester United this season in a match today against Arsenal that was one of the worst I've ever seen from them by telling everyone to quiet down because you equalized. Mid mentality. Arsenal scored 7 goals against PSV. They scored 5 goals against Manchester City. And they're only scoring 1 against a washed Manchester United side. And that's no disrespect to Manchester United. They're going through it right now. If we want to be realistic, if not for Raya, Arsenal's losing this match today. And against a United side that in the first half, they were so bad, I thought that they were playing with a man down. If not for Arsenal's goalkeeping, they would have dropped points today. To celebrate a goal by telling everyone to calm down instead of just going to get the ball, bringing it back to half, and carrying it on, especially when y'all need to win the match, and y'all showed the world that you can put 7 goals in the back of the net, is mid mentality. Keep trusting the process, keep getting the same results.
Now, that was a very, very entertaining match from Manchester United and Arsenal. Very, very good game. Well played. Both teams could have won it, right? Both teams could have won it. Both teams created chances. Nobody was sitting deep and saying, oh, make I wait, make they come beat me. I love the, desire that was shown from Manchester United today. Impeccable desire. They played very, very well. If Man U has been playing like this all season, they won't be where they are right now. So they need to hold on to this game as their template moving forward. Right? They played very, very well, defended as a unit. They gave their all, on the pitch. You could clearly see it. They gave their all. And if you are one of those people that have opened your mouth to say that Bruno Fernandes is the problem of Manchester United, you need to have a rethink. You need to have a rethink. And you need to apologize to Bruno Fernandes. Because if not for Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United would have been nowhere. Not just this season. Do you know that in the Premier League, since Bruno Fernandes made his debut in the Premier League, the only player that has earned more points, for his team is Mo Salah. Since Bruno Fernandes came into the Premier League, like only Mo Salah. Now imagine it. Mo Salah is like the best Premier League player, in the last like 5 or 6 years. Bruno Fernandes is the second player that has earned the most points for his team behind Mo Salah. That's to tell you that Manchester United is useless without Bruno Fernandes. And somebody will open their mouth and say, Bruno Fernandes is the problem. Let them chase Bruno Fernandes away. I don't even know who they watch. I don't even know what people watch. Whether or not they watch ball, I don't know. I don't really know. Anyways, good game from Bruno Fernandes once again. What a free kick. What a free kick. Class. Superstar. That's a baller. Right? The boy has everything in his locker. He knows how to take free kicks. He knows how to take penalties. He knows how to shoot. He knows how to pass. A complete midfielder. He can defend. He can attack. He can do everything. Everything you need from a midfielder, Bruno Fernandes has it. And I really, really like that boy. I like the way he plays football. He plays the game with everything he has. You can clearly see the passion in him. Bruno Fernandes, see, if Man U does not get to the European spots this season, quietly carry your bag and leave Man U. You are bigger than this club. Bruno Fernandes is not supposed to be in Man U. Supposed to be in a bigger club, doing bigger things, competing for the Ballon d'Or. Imagine Bruno Fernandes in Real Madrid or in Barcelona. He will be competing for the Ballon d'Or right now. But because he's a Man U, nobody respects him because Man U is a rubbish team.
Welcome guys to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hit the subscription button. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for watching again and again. So guys, yesterday Manchester United drew 1-1 against Arsenal, and what I just want to say is that I think both clubs played a good game. I thought that Arsenal had a big chance to win against Man United in the first half, but I don't know what happened with Arsenal. Or it's we want to start blaming the strikers and everybody on the team. I think Arsenal, the first half of Manchester United versus Arsenal was Arsenal's time to win against Manchester United. I think Arsenal had a clear chance to win against Man United on the first half, at the first half of that game. But I don't know what happened. They had plenty of chances, But in the second half, Arsenal really struggled against Manchester United. Like, this is honest talk. I think Arsenal in the second half, Arsenal were really struggling against Manchester United. And Declan Rice scored a goal. Of course, I'll talk about the Bruno Fernandes goal, but let me just talk a bit about Declan Rice goal against Man United. You saw Declan Rice scored, and he went and told Manchester United, you need to shut your mouth. It's okay, you need to shut your mouth, but Arsenal are right now 15 points behind Liverpool. Because even, let's assume Arsenal won yesterday against Man United, it has nothing to add to Arsenal Football Club right now. It's just bragging rights, and maybe fans going around saying that, we won. But when you look at it, there is nothing those points would have added to Arsenal, to the value of Arsenal this season, because the title is already gone. Liverpool have already won the Premier League. So yesterday Arsenal were just playing to maintain their rivalry against Man United, and they played very well. Both teams played very well, and I just want to say that Manchester United really showed up yesterday for that Arsenal game. I don't know what's always wrong with Manchester United, because I always feel like Manchester United always show up in big games, and like how they always play against clubs like Crystal Palace, West Ham and stuff. Uh, I remember watching them playing against Liverpool. I never knew they can secure a draw against Liverpool with the 3-4-3 formation of Ruben Amorim that a lot of fans always criticizes. I never knew Manchester United can draw against Liverpool. Yesterday they secured a draw against Arsenal, and not only that, they eliminated Arsenal with that 3-4-3 formation with 10 men at FA Cup. So I don't know. I always feel like Manchester United, anytime they're playing against big club, they always show up, and like how they play against this small club. And this is the reason why, this is one of the things that cost Manchester United in the Premier League. Because when you are playing against Arsenal, you are showing up, you are dedicating you're dedicating everything to that game. When you are playing against Liverpool, you are doing the same. But when you are playing against clubs like West Ham, when you're playing against clubs like Leicester, when you're playing against clubs like these small clubs, Manchester United don't always show up. And I feel like if Man United played the game that they played against Arsenal yesterday against Real Sociedad, right now they would have, I think they would have even scored maybe 3 or 4 goals against Real Sociedad, because Real Sociedad were reluctant, and Manchester United never played like that good game. Although they tried, but they never played that good game against Real Sociedad. And it just feels like if they played the game that they played against Arsenal yesterday against Real Sociedad, right now they would have already qualified for Europa next round. And so I just feels like Man United always shows up in the big games, and in these small games, the club and the players always reluctant. Another thing, I just want to talk about Bruno Fernandes and Odegaard debate. What do you feel like? I feel like I've been thinking that Odegaard is a good midfielder compared to Bruno Fernandes, but I think I have to withdraw my statement, and I just think this is the time to withdraw my statement, because, being honest, real talk, I think Bruno Fernandes is better than Martin Odegaard. Like, being honest, I'm not talking like an Man United fan or an Arsenal fan, just a sports fan. I think like Bruno Fernandes is way better than Martin Odegaard. I feel like this debate needs to end right now, because Bruno Fernandes has been carrying Manchester United on his back for, I think quite a long period of time. So Bruno Fernandes debate and Martin Odegaard, the debate is over right now. And there is no way I'll ever say that Bruno Fernandes that there is no way I'll ever say that Martin Odegaard is better than Bruno Fernandes, because I think Bruno Fernandes is just way ahead of Martin Odegaard. And I think the debate is over right now, because look at the free kick that he scored against Arsenal yesterday. Man. That was crazy. I remember he scored the same free kick against Liverpool way back when they eliminated Liverpool in the FA Cup. I know quite few people that remembers that, but he scored the same free kick against Liverpool, the same free kick he did it yesterday against Arsenal. And when he stepped up to take that free kick, I knew that something good it's going to cook up here, because when you look at how the wall was arranged, and the distance from the ball, and the distance of the ball to the wall, that was really crazy. And how Raya was standing on the other end of the goal post. Raya showed up in that match, but is the reason why Arsenal drew 1-1 also against Man United, because Raya really, I don't know what Raya was doing in that free kick, because how can you like arrange your wall, and then you are going to stand on the other end of the goalpost instead of being central. I feel like the only reason that cost Arsenal was Raya not being central on the goalpost during that free kick, because I felt like he really had the potential of saving that Bruno Fernandes free kick. But immediately I saw Raya on the other end of the goalpost, I just knew that Bruno Fernandes, because when you talk about the players that really have like a high shooting power in the Premier League, it's the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of Bruno Fernandes, and when I saw it, I just knew like Raya is really cooked up, and Raya cooked Arsenal also. And even leaving alone that Raya and Bruno Fernandes free kick, I felt like the reason again that made Arsenal drew 1-1 in that game was David Raya. So David Raya was everything in that match. It was the reason why Arsenal conceded, because of the free kick, and him standing on the other end of the far post. I feel like that's the reason why Manchester United scored that free kick. And another reason why Manchester United and Arsenal drew 1-1 was David Raya, because David Raya did everything in that match, man. I clearly saw Mazraoui scoring in that match, but then I don't know what. I think sometimes luck always plays a good role in these matches, because David Raya was somehow lucky. The Mazraoui chance, Bruno Fernandes last minute chance. I felt like David Raya really saved Arsenal. And David Raya just reminded me of how De Gea used to save Manchester United, because I remember when he saved that goal against Mazraoui, he just reminded me of how the guy used to save the goals using his legs, hands, and everything. And I feel like David Raya is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. No doubt about that one. Arsenal are really struggling right now. No doubt about that one also. But I feel like if there is one goalkeeper who's really outstanding in the Premier League right now, it's David Raya, because Arsenal is really struggling. No doubt about that one. That's why they drew against Man United. And I don't know why Declan Rice was scoring and then doing those celebrations, shoddy celebrations. You're 15 points behind Liverpool. You just scored 7 goals against PSV. And before that, I think a couple of days, you just scored 5 goals against Manchester City. And then you are coming into a game that a lot of people felt like you're going to win. The odds were on your side. Manchester United had like odd of 5 to win against Arsenal, and then Declan Rice caused that goal, equalizer. Of course, it was a best feeling, but I felt like it just needed to go into the goalpost and pick the ball and take it into the middle of the pitch, instead of doing those silly celebrations and celebrating in front of Manchester United fans. And I felt like Manchester United were a better club than Arsenal yesterday. Arsenal really struggled to secure that 1-1 draw. And that's why I felt like even when Declan Rice was celebrating, some people took it wrong. Also me, I took it wrong. But I feel like at some point it was worth it, because they were really struggling to keep up with Manchester United, especially in the second half. And not only in the second half, but especially in the dying minute of the game. Manchester United were really pressing on Arsenal in the dying minutes of the game. And to Manchester United, drawing 1-1 against Arsenal, to them, I just felt like to them it was like a lose, because they deserved everything to win against Arsenal. And Arsenal struggled in that match. And talking about Arsenal and Man United struggling, I think if there is one player that's really struggling, it's Rasmus Højlund. And before talking about this one, let's watch this video and react to it.
As much as I respect every Manchester United player, I think it's time for Rasmus Højlund to go on a loan move or be sold. I understand his young talent, I understand that. But bro generated a XG of 0.00 from this chance alone. He somehow got beat in this chance. How? He could have scored a brace when he came off the bench. It's the most easiest chances in the world. What more does this man need to be doing to be playing? All I see him is the cameraman showing him smiling. Can we see some Chido Obi Ruben Amorim? Because Rasmus Højlund is 20 plus games without a goal. Can we please see Chido Obi play football? I am begging you, Ruben Amorim. Because this isn't fair on the young talent. They deserve a chance. Højlund is literally a few years older than them. Let them play as well. Let them get this chance to shine. And yes, I did see the Raya save. Shout out to Raya. Class keeper, man. 10-10 save there. I'm not going to lie. Raya, beautiful keeper. Brilliant save. I still think we should have had the ball in the back of the net. But then again, you know, this guy's reflexes and the way he gets up and saves it again. Wow.
Yeah, so last week when Man United was playing against Real Sociedad, a lot of people complained, saying that, you know, Dalot is the reason why Rasmus Højlund couldn't score against Real Sociedad. And it was true because Diogo Dalot didn't give him an assist, a clear assist. But right now, what do you think about Rasmus Højlund? Because I felt like he had a really good chance to score against Arsenal yesterday. He had a really good chance to revive his name against Arsenal yesterday. He had a really good chance to show Manchester United fans that this is the reason why I'm playing and Chido Obi is on the bench. He had a really good chance to prove a good point yesterday against Arsenal. But man, I don't know if Rasmus Højlund is going through something in his mind. I don't know, because Rasmus Højlund is still young. I don't think he's 20 years old. I don't know, 20 or 20. He hasn't. He's less than 24 years old. And I felt like maybe he's going through some things in his mind. Because, you know, playing for Manchester United, being a Manchester United player, it's never an easy thing. You know, 80,000 fans watching on the stands every weekend. They really demand you to score every day. And, you know, playing for Manchester United, I saw a lot of people saying that, you know, Anthony is right now shining at Real Betis. That's right. Marcus Rashford is right now shining at Aston Villa. That's right. You know, the likes of Elanga left Manchester United, started shining for the likes of Nottingham Forest. It's okay. And I just want to say that it's never easy to play for Manchester United because, you know, Anthony is right now playing for Real Betis. Anthony can go 5 games without scoring for Real Betis and nobody talks about it. Marcus Rashford can right now go 5 games without scoring for Aston Villa. Nobody talks about it. But when you're playing for the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal, and Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, you can't go past, I think, 3 games or 5 games without scoring or without giving an assist or contributing in the match, and fans not talk about you. Look at the likes of Cole Palmer right now. Cole Palmer was one of the best Chelsea player, but immediately Cole Palmer is right now not scoring. Yesterday he missed a penalty against Leicester City. Everybody's talking about him right now. And everybody right now have started doubting Cole Palmer. And unlike when he was scoring penalties, he was scoring great goals, doing the cold celebration every weekend. Everybody liked him. Right now, he's not scoring. Yesterday, he missed a penalty. And a lot of fans have started criticizing Cole Palmer right now. The same to Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund has gone, I think, 20 games without scoring for Manchester United. And I feel like this kid is going through something because, man, that was a clear goal for that he would have scored for Manchester United yesterday. I don't know what happened with Rasmus Højlund. And Declan Rice was really quick in that challenge. I feel like big shout out to Declan Rice. He did a good job. And even Declan Rice being man of the match in that game, I felt like a lot of people felt like, Mazraoui played a good game. Bruno Fernandes played a good game. But I felt like also those players deserved it. But Declan Rice scored a goal and he made that tackle against Rasmus Højlund. It was a great tackle. But I always have problem with this mainstream media in Europe because they always give man of the match award to a player who have scored. They don't always give a man of the match award to a player who a lot of fans felt like really deserves this award. I felt like Bruno Fernandes really deserves that award, the likes of Mazraoui, and I felt like man of the match awards, no offense, no nothing, but I just felt like man of the match award would have gone to Man United player yesterday, because Man United really showed up in that game. Or also Raya. Raya played a good game yesterday. I don't know why, and I just feel like these mainstream media in Europe need to change their strategies of, coming up with this man of the match awards. But all in all, Declan Rice also played a good game yesterday. No offense about that when he played a good game. But going back to this Rasmus Højlund story, I felt like one thing about Rasmus Højlund, I think Rasmus Højlund is really going through a lot of pressure at Manchester United right now, because right now he hasn't scored in, I think, 20 games that he has played for Manchester United, and that's a real pressure. If you are playing for Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, the likes of Liverpool, and you are going 20 games without scoring a goal, I think that's a real pressure, and there is a big pressure mounting on Rasmus Højlund right now. But all in all, Rasmus Højlund is a good player. When Manchester United went for him, Manchester United weren't going for a complete striker. They were going for a potential striker. And this is what you get when you're going for a potential striker. Newcastle went for a complete striker, Isak, and you see what Isak is doing. Manchester City went for a complete striker, Erling Haaland. See what Erling Haaland is doing. But I think Bayern Munich went for a complete striker, Harry Kane. See what Harry Kane is doing. But I think Rasmus Højlund is cooking something, and he needs to be given time. But apart from that, I feel like right now it's the time for Ruben Amorim to start believing in Chido Obi, because I feel like he needs to give Chido Obi a time. Because I feel like he needs to trust on Chido Obi Martin and give him at least more game time. This kid is a wonder kid, and I feel like that chance that Rasmus Højlund wasted, Chido Obi would have scored against Arsenal yesterday, and it would have been a great debate. Of course, Ruben Amorim needs to trust on young players. I see what he's doing with Heaven. Heaven is a good defender. I don't know why Arsenal left that defender, but Arsenal, even this year's Arsenal being a bullshit club, is always as a result of them letting players. They let Harry Kane, they let the likes of, look at Chido Obi right now at Man United, look at Heaven right now, would have turned into a great defender at Arsenal. But right now it's going to be a bigger start Manchester United. But as we wrap it up, tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you feel like Ruben Amorim right now needs to depend and believe more in Chido Obi than Rasmus Højlund, or he needs to give Rasmus Højlund time to revive himself? And my opinion on that, I feel like Ruben Amorim needs to depend more and believe more on Chido Obi than Rasmus Højlund. Tell me what you think about that one in the comment section. And the last thing, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, share ideas.